What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. And before I jump into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. Now, before I run down some highlights, I wanted to give you guys a heads up on a giveaway I'm running in collaboration with Poison. Now, this giveaway will be on Instagram. I apologize for those who do not have an Instagram. Sometime in 2025, I will be doing some giveaways on this channel, so all you'll have to be is subscribed. But for this giveaway, you have the chance to win the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue in your size. Now, there is a couple steps you'll need to follow. For example, you'll need to be following Sneaker Files on Instagram, as well as the Poison app, and a couple additional steps. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description below to the Instagram post so you can check it out, get signed up, and all that good stuff. Now, I will be announcing the winner on the Sneaker Files Instagram story, and that will take place on December 26th. Again, there will be a link in the description below for you to get signed up, and good luck. But for this video, as for some of the highlights, we have a first look at the Air Jordan 8 Aqua. As well, there's a lot of reports going around that the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Royal will return in 2025, and I'm going to go over all the information I know later on in the video. Also, there's another rumor that Solefly will be dropping another collaboration, this time on the Air Jordan 3 in 2025. Again, I'm going to go over all the information I know later on in this video, and we have more from Jordan Brand. Also in this video is a solid lineup from Nike and one thing from ADIDAS. And now, let's jump into the news. In the past, Unheadof has had some pretty dope collaborations with ADIDAS, and in 2025, they're going to drop another collab. This time it's going to be on the ADIDAS Adistar Cushion 3. And they're known as Captain Piggy. So the inspiration for this pair comes from their mascot, which is a pig. And as you can see, it features shades of pink throughout. This pair is constructed with a mixture of mesh and suede. It also has the 3 stripes branding on the panels, red accents. Their pig logo is also used on the tongue, and then the eyes will land on the heels. Now, finishing the look is a translucent outsole that displays Captain Piggy. Now, as for a release date, unfortunately, there isn't one, but they're expected to drop in 2025. I'm hearing spring, but that could get delayed. But like always, more information coming soon. To start off the new year, Devin Booker will release a new colorway of his Nike Book 1. This one is known as Sedona. So it's inspired by Sedona, Arizona, and its mountain landscape. Now, the official colorway on these is Bubblegum, White Onyx, and Red Stardust. Now, the pair has a pink-like hue constructed with canvas on the upper with a topographic embroidery. Now, the upper resembles the red rocks you'll see when visiting Sedona. In addition, it looks like orange outlines the swooshes, and then the outsole will feature a mixture of bubblegum and white with a stripe-like pattern. Now, highlighting the shoes is a image on the tongue labels of the sky and mountains, and it reads book with a swoosh. The heels also have no service in Sedona. I've never been to Sedona, but I take it if you're out in the mountains, your phone isn't going to get cell service. So maybe that's kind of like a nod to that. I've heard great things about it as far as it's being a beautiful place to visit. But if you're a fan of this pair, they're going to drop on January 1st. And the retail price will be $140. Although these are officially called the Nike Attack, I refuse to not call them the Nike Mac Attack. This is a shoe that was made for John McEnroe, and about a year, maybe 2 years ago, Nike brought the pair back to the market and was available in a bunch of different colorways, as well as the OG. There was also a Travis Scott collab, which pretty much mimics that of the OG, but has a backward swoosh and some additional branding. Anyways, if you're a fan of the model, they have a new pair set to drop in January, and this will be part of Nike's Year of the Snake collection. So again, it will celebrate Chinese New Year. Now, this pair features a white mineral till and melon tint colorway. Now, different from other Year of the Snake releases, this pair isn't super vibrant, super flashy. It's very clean. It features white leather throughout. And then on the overlays, if you look closely, you'll see subtle snakeskin texture. Now, adding a little bit of pop to the shoes, we have melon tint and mineral till, which wraps the heels. It also fills in the checkered tongue label. And then we have Nike branding on the tongue in black as well as the heels. Finishing the look is a white midsole and a black rubber outsole. These are nice in my opinion. They're clean. I've always been a fan of the Nike Mac Attack. I did pick up the OG colorway. I thought those were just really dope. But for this pair, they're going to drop in January. Unfortunately, we don't have a specific release date, and the retail price will be $130. So there's a third collaboration between Nike Basketball, specifically the LeBron line, and Monopoly. It'll be on the Nike LeBron 22, and this pair is being called What The. Now, I'm not sure if What The is the official name of this pair that Nike will be calling them, but it is a third colorway, and the pair will feature a mint foam, light lemon twist, and Aquarius blue colorway. Now, highlighting the pair is the tie-dye upper. On the base, we have shades of red and green. The swoosh will have a little bit of like a pink hue as well as blue, and then we have purple across the midsole. It appears that a canvas-like material is used. Lemon twist will cover the tongues, laces, and liner. And then on the lateral side, there will be a small Monopoly logo, which should be iridescent. It looks just the same as the first LeBron 22 collab to drop. The swoosh will also be iridescent, and LeBron's signature on the heel will have some speckled detailing. Also, the outsole should be mismatched. Here it's shown in blue and pink, but the other shoe should be a different color as well. I think my favorite from the LeBron Monopoly collabs has been the first pair to release. But yeah, if you like these, they are currently scheduled to drop on January 23rd, and the retail price will be $200. In one of the previous videos, I talked about the Nike Kobe 6 Edge SE Grinch Cleats restocking on Christmas Day. However, it looks like that's somewhat not going to be the case, somewhat is, but what appears to actually be releasing is the Grinch Mismatch pair. So this information comes from Vanessa Bryant. At the time of recording, they have yet to pop up on the Sneakers app or Nike online. I haven't seen them yet, nor do we have the official images. We have the one image which I edited the background of, and the photo comes from Vanessa Bryant. But when the Grinch Cleats dropped, they definitely were a hit. A lot of people went after them, and as the name suggests, they will come in a mismatched theme. One shoe representing the Grinch pair, the other representing the reverse Grinch. So the Grinch is definitely an iconic shoe. They first dropped in 2010. The pair features mostly green throughout, and they have black on the swoosh. Now the other shoe will come dressed in mostly red, representing the reverse Grinch, and black will also hit the swoosh on that one. So these are expected to drop on December 25th, which is Christmas Day. Now, it's possible it could get moved around a little bit, but for now it's looking like December 25th, and the retail price will be $230. Alright, so I have a new release date for the Nike Kobe 5 Protro Year of the Mamba. This is the Eggplant iteration. There's also another pair dropping known as University Red. Now, I recently received an update to the release date. So initially they were scheduled to drop in February, but they're going to drop a lot sooner than expected. But if you like them, it's probably a good thing that they have been pushed for, because there's a lot of great stuff dropping in February. And it's a good thing that these releases are getting spread around. Now, this pair features an eggplant, black, and metallic gold colorway. This pair will celebrate the Year of the Snake. They feature eggplant on the upper, and what stands out is the snake that intertwines the black swoosh done in gold. We also have additional gold accents throughout, black detailing, and a translucent rubber outsole. Now, good news and bad news. So the good news is you'll be able to buy these much sooner than expected, which will be on January 9th. So almost a month push forward, because the original release date was February 8th, and the retail price is $190. Now, as for the bad news, if you're a fan of these, they are labeled a quick strike, so not every retailer will have them. They'll be on the limited side. But to be honest, I haven't seen a ton of people who do like them. It might be a different story when they release because, again, they are on the limited side, so people might see an opportunity to make some money off them. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. In my last video, I talked about the Nike Air Diamond Turf Atlanta Falcons. Now, some new images popped up via the Sneakers Live, so I showcased them, but I made a comment saying that there's a possibility the release date could get pushed forward because I'm hearing that January they're going to be released. Now, the initial release date was for February 12th. And yes, they have been pushed forward, and the new release date is January 24th. So they'll be available a couple weeks before the initial release date. Again, a great thing in my opinion because I personally want these. I'm sure a lot of you do as well. And February is a stacked month. We have a lot of great releases. So any way possible they can thin that month out a little bit, I'm happy with it. So that's the good news. There is some bad news. I'll talk about that in a moment. But just to recap, yes, this is an original colorway. First released in 1993. We've seen retros of the shoe take place throughout the years, but the 2025 pair will be closest to the OG, not only the shape, but the actual color blocking used. I feel like every time I talk about this shoe, I need to state that, yes, people were calling them 49ers, but when these released, Deion was playing for the Falcons. He wore them on the field. Now, I did see some people comment that Deion wore these for the 49ers as well. I tried to look it up. I couldn't find any images of that. All I saw was him wearing them for the Falcons. I do believe I saw him wearing the Diamond Turf 2 for the 49ers, but not his first one. But if I'm wrong on that, just let me know down below. Now, moving to the bad news. Unfortunately, these won't be easy to obtain. What I heard is this will be a quick strike. They won't be available at every retailer. It seems that California and Atlanta retailers will get more pairs due to them being linked to the Falcons, and then a lot of people in Cali still call them the 49ers. So Nike is showing love and sending these retailers more pairs. Anyways, definitely good luck to you guys who want to purchase. Oh, on a side note, a lot of people have been asking me since the signing day Nike Air Diamond Turf is releasing, did they scrap the Ravens pair? And no, they didn't. Those are still expected to release. I know they're somewhat similar colorways. Well, mainly all black on the upper, but both are still expected to drop. And for these, the retail price will be $150. We have some on-feet images of the Supreme Nike SB Dunk Low in Camper Green. Now, this is one of 5 pairs expected to be released. And in my opinion, it's the second best colorway so far. The first being the ink pair, also known as purple. And then the third would be the white and metallic pair. I'm actually not a fan of those at all. We've only seen 3 of the 5 expected to drop. And so far, this looks to be the most limited of the series. Now, before I get to that, this pair features a camper green and black colorway. As you can see, the shoes are constructed with suede throughout. They feature shades of green on the upper. You know, this shoe also reminds me of the Hulk. I know I said it about the ink/purple pair, but this does as well. We have 94 embroidered on the lateral side, which is for the year Supreme was founded. The tongue and heel branding will also be done in white. The insoles will feature red and will feature Supreme and Nike SB branding. It also looks like they come with the second set of laces in black, and they'll also come with the red Nike SB and Supreme hang tag. Now, the rumor is for this pair is that they're limited to 4,000. So that's extremely limited, which in my opinion is a bit of a letdown because this is a pair that I definitely planned on going after. The purple pair I 100% need. That's the number 1, but this would be the number 2. So more than likely, these will drop exclusively at Supreme locations and online. Now, as for the release date, the entire collection is expected to drop in May, although that isn't 100% confirmed, and the retail price will be $135. This isn't the best look that we'll get for the Nike KD4 Easter, but it is our first look. So again, I wanted to showcase this with you guys. But for those that don't know, the Nike KD4 Easter is returning in 2025. This is an original colorway which was dropped in 2012 in part of Nike Basketball's Easter pack. Now, although the shoe is a Easter release, it doesn't have Easter bunnies on it or dyed eggs or anything like that, but it's the colorway which gives them the Easter vibes. Now this pair will feature a mint candy, white, and new green color combination. As you can see, the shoes feature shades of green across the upper, white on the swoosh, midsole, and around the heels. What's not shown is purple, which should be on the inside of the strap, just like the original. We have Durant's number 35 on the tongues and his KD logo on the heels. Finishing the look is a light shade of green on the rubber outsole. Man, I really feel old because I vividly remember going in and picking these up on release date, and it was super easy to obtain. People did enjoy the pack, but it wasn't something that like sold out or was super exclusive or sought after. But it's still dope that they are bringing them back, especially for those who missed out or are big fans of the KD4. But yeah, as for a specific release date, unfortunately we don't have one, but they are expected to drop summer 2025, which means a release will take place between April and June, more than likely in April, and the retail price will be $130. Moving on to Jordan Brand, and we have new images of the Air Jordan 4 Seafoam. Now, again, this is a women's exclusive release. A lot of nice 4s are dropping in 2025, and this being one of them, I'm a fan of them, and they'll feature a Seafoam cell in metallic silver colorway. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not a fan of these images, but they are going around. Blogs are posting them, IG accounts, so it felt a little bit weird just bypassing them since initially we don't have a ton of images to begin with, but I'm sure maybe in the next month or two we'll be getting a better look. Now, another thing with these images, they really don't do the shoes justice because the photos were taken outside in super bright sunlight. So the Seafoam green on the upper that will be used and constructed with nubuck, it seems a lot more washed out in these images than what's expected to drop. They'll also feature some metallic silver detailing which lands on the eyelets. Mesh covers the panels, tongue. Green also lands on the heel, including the Jumpman. And then cell fills in the Jumpman on the tongue, midsole, and most of the rubber outsole. Now the outsole does have green areas, but I'm not a huge fan of cell or white on the rubber outsole, but it doesn't look so bad. Now, as for a release date, this pair is currently scheduled to drop on March 8th, and the retail price will be $215. It looks like Rui Hachimura will have a retail release of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG, and this pair is being called Oatmeal due to the colorway. So the colorway is Oatmeal, Jade, Smoke Gray, and Black. Now, some of you might remember that there was a Friends and Family exclusive pair for Rui Hachimura of the Air Jordan 1 Low OG. That was known as Cranes. It featured mostly black throughout. This pair is a bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. But overall, it's a clean look. Now, the shoes will feature cherry blossoms throughout, as well as cranes, while Oatmeal covers most of the upper of this pair, giving it a lighter hue. Now, the Oatmeal shade also kind of gives it an aged look somewhat, but yes, they do feature a cell midsole. Metallic gold will land just behind the swoosh, which is done in suede. Nike Air branding appears on the tongues. The Wings logo will be placed on the heels in jade. And then Rui Hachimura's logo covers the insoles. Completing the look is a gum rubber outsole. Yeah, these are nice. As I'm looking over these images more and more, they're definitely nice. Something a bit unique. And I'm a fan of them. Now, as for the release date, unfortunately, there isn't a specific one. But it looks like they're going to drop spring 2025. Now, I'm asking around for info at the time of recording this. I haven't heard back. So if I find a release date, I'll put something in the title. But for sure, on my 2025 Air Jordan release dates ultimate guide, I will have more information in that video. But for now, expect it for spring 2025. They could drop sooner, meaning this month. And the retail price will be $160. Let me know your thoughts on this pair down below. Alright, so we have an update on the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air. I remember somebody asked in the comments section for an update because the release date appears to be jumping around quite a bit. Now, initially, they were supposed to drop in February, which would make them part of Jordan Brand's Spring 2025 collection. However, they were moved to Summer 2025, and then from what I've heard is that they were pulled from the summer collection, and they're kind of in the air as of now. Now, as for the release time frame, it looks like they're going to drop in fall 2025, which means a release will take place between July and September. Now, there was a big meeting that recently took place, and Jordan Brand was showing these off at the meeting. So, although it's not 100% confirmed for fall, it's looking like it's going to be that way, which I find a little bit weird because pairs are already produced. There are going around, as you can see from these photos, an individual who goes by Bird Kicks. He usually gets shoes pretty early, a legit source. He got his hands on a pair, at least one. I don't know how many he got, but he definitely got them early. Now, with these looks, there's a couple things to point out. One, you guys might notice that the stitching on this pair is not done in white like those photos I shared in multiple videos ago. I don't know exactly when. But two, you could see the packaging in here. Now, when I initially leaked this information, I told you guys that it would come with a Jordan face box, like the pairs from the early 2000s, but instead of silver and black, it was going to be somewhat blacked out, and we get a first look at that here. So that's pretty dope in my opinion. Definitely pays tribute to the early 2000 releases. Other than that, they will come with a second set of laces, which will be in blue. The inside of the box will have a Jumpman and a Flight logo and cement print on the tissue paper. Now, they will feature Nike Air branding on the heels, and they'll come with a Nike Air hang tag, which is done in blue. Now, what this shoe is known for is its removable patches on the tongue. Now, in some of the other images, I did see that they come with different styled patches, but here we only have the one patch, which is the Jumpman and Flight logo. Once you remove that, it reads Jordan Rare Air. Also, when I initially leaked this information, I heard that 25% of the stock would feature Jordan Rare Air text in gold, making those very limited. Now, I haven't heard an update on that since. That could be one of the reasons why they're delayed so much. Maybe they messed up there, or maybe they're changing it. I'm not entirely sure. But going from spring to fall is a big jump in my opinion. Speaking of jumps, there's been another jump, and that would be in the retail price. So initially, these were supposed to cost $215, but now they're going to cost $225. And that aligns with what Jordan Brand is doing on collaborations or pairs with Nike Air branding. They're making sure the retail price is $225 instead of $215. I think every Air Jordan 4 that is a collaboration, or if it features Nike Air, will now cost at minimum $225. But yeah, these are definitely nice, a great pickup. And like I mentioned, they're currently expected for fall, but that could change again. And let me know your thoughts on this pair down below. I have an update on the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 1 Low OG, known as Nitro. Now, not too long ago, I talked about Nigel Sylvester's upcoming Air Jordan 1 Low OG collaboration. Z and I put a mock-up out based on the color description, which is black, muslin, and varsity red. Now, I mentioned in my previous video that they somewhat have a familiar color blocking to the pair that was gifted to Nigel in high top form that was done in black. Now, a lot of people wanted those to release. Unfortunately, they didn't. And as for the update on this pair, the image used is what's expected to be released. Now, my source who gets to see stuff time to time, he saw the sample pair of what will be released, and it basically is a low top version of the high that was a sample and gifted to Nigel. So the pair will feature black leather throughout. They will have age detailing on the mini swoosh, midsole, but white will hit the swoosh, laces, and tongue. More than likely, they will feature some scuffed areas as well, which his original Air Jordan 1 High OG is known for. Red will accent the branding as well as hit the rubber outsole, and then we'll have white on the wings logo. Now, they may come with some special detailing as well, connected to Nigel like branding and whatnot, but that part hasn't been confirmed just yet. Also, the outsole may feature like an aged look, something I think is really dope. Now, as for the release date, this pair is expected to drop fall 2025, which means a release will take place between July and September. Also, no retail price as of yet. But let me know your thoughts on Nigel's upcoming Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the comment section below. Okay, so for this part of the video, I'm not sure which images I'm going to use just yet, but Solefly and Jordan Brand will collaborate again during the holiday 2025 season on the Air Jordan 3. Now, this information comes from Sneaker News, and I also heard this information about 2 weeks ago. Now, the reason I didn't leak it and I wanted to hold off is that I was waiting for a colorway and a style code that kind of locks things into place and lets me talk about them a little bit more. On a side note, this isn't the only collaboration expected to drop during the holiday season. I did hear about another one from a musician that has collaborated with Jordan Brand in the past. I can't say anything about those yet. I'm waiting for the colorway and style code on those, but I should have that information out to you guys pretty soon. Now, other than the fact that they're going to be released during the holiday season, that is all the information we have on this upcoming pair. So unfortunately, we don't have a retail price, a style code, nor a colorway. Now, Solefly just dropped a collaboration on the Air Jordan 12, which in my opinion is a great shoe. It did some storytelling, and I expect that their upcoming Air Jordan 3 will do the same. Now, this isn't the first time that Solefly has worked on the Air Jordan 3. There was a friends and family pair, which I may use the images for, and that shoe is inspired by the Florida lottery ticket, specifically the colors. But yeah, I wish I could bring you more information about this pair, but unfortunately, that's all I have at the time of recording. There's a possibility that in my upcoming 2025 Air Jordan release dates ultimate guide video, I'll have the information in there. But I'm expecting to drop that Monday, and I'm waiting for the list of collaborations and special projects for holiday 2025. So I'm not entirely sure if I'll have it by then. Hopefully I do, but we'll see. A video recently circulated of the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Royal, which got a lot of people labeling this a 2025 release. And I'm going to talk about everything I know so far about this shoe right now. So first up, the image was initially posted by Chase B, who's a close friend of Travis Scott. He showed off the sneaker in this video, and I'm going to be looping the video, so you'll be able to see it a couple times. Now, as for it releasing in 2025, I have no information, and what I mean by that is it doesn't look like it's going to release in 2025. Potentially in 2026, it's a possibility. So, traditionally, Jordan Brand releases 2 Air Jordan 1 High 85s a year. We have the Reverse Shadow dropping in the summer. We have the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bread dropping in February. But it isn't out of the realm that Jordan Brand could release a third. Now, I have all the style codes and colorways for pretty much everything up until holiday 2025. I received all the style codes for the holiday 2025 releases for GRs. I haven't received them for collaborations or special projects. So there is a possibility that this could be part of a special project series that is dropping during the holiday season. And on a side note, it's always possible that Jordan Brand could add stuff in, but the way things are looking right now, these aren't going to be released in 2025. Again, that could change. Now, what I've also heard is Jordan Brand has every single OG Air Jordan 1 High 85 colorway produced. They don't have a ton of pairs of each, but they have enough if they wanted to give out a friends and family or a sample pair here and there, they could do it. So that's kind of what I believe happened in this case. I believe he got a special package from Jordan Brand. Maybe he wanted the shoes, and being friends with Travis Scott, since they already had a pair, they just sent it over to him. I guess that's kind of what happens when you have connections like that. Now, also with this video, a lot of people have complained about the leather material, saying it looks cheap. I'm not going to say that until I have it in hand. It might look one way, but feel a different way in hand. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, when I first saw this video going around, I was super excited. I had to hit up my contacts. And yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't bring better information on the shoes. Now, for a second, I thought, well, maybe these could release because they scrapped the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 Royal. You guys might remember that was supposed to release. But I talked to somebody, I don't know if they want to be named, so I'm not going to name them, who is very well connected. And basically, they told me that those were scrapped due to a style code issue. I can't get into all of the details because I wasn't given the go-ahead, but Basically, there was issues with the style code or the SKU. But yeah, unfortunately, not in 2025, at least not yet. Again, things could change. But I would say there's a strong possibility for 2026. The release date for the Air Jordan 8 Aqua has bounced around quite a bit, and they're going to be released a lot later than expected. However, we did receive a first look at the 2025 pair, and we got a handful of images, nothing great as far as the overall viewing, but I will say that the pair does have me excited. From what I could see, it does look good comparing to the OG. The only thing that I really noticed right off the bat is that some of the edgings don't have white in comparison to the OG. It looks a bit more gray around the heel, but that could be due to the lighting. And overall, the shape does look decent, but again, we don't have a lot of photos. We have a total of 3, well, technically 2. One of the images I did edit, so it gives us a side view. So as for talking about the shape and things like that, I'll probably hold off on going any further. But if you guys notice any differences in comparison to the OG, let me know down in the comment section below. Either way, I'm very excited about these. As you guys know, this is an OG release, dropped back in 1993. MJ also wore this pair during the 1993 NBA All-Star Game. We would see the first retro take place in 2007, and then the last time they dropped was in 2015. Now, when these do release, they are expected to be a GR. The official colorway is black, true red, iron gray, bright concord, and aquatone. Now, initially, they were supposed to drop on May 31st, which would officially be part of Jordan Brand's Summer 2025 lineup. However, like I mentioned, they have been delayed and they'll now drop during fall 2025, which means a release will take place between July and September. Also, the retail price will be $210. Let me know your thoughts on this first look down in the comment section below, and just overall, your thoughts on the Air Jordan 8 Aqua returning in 2025. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you have a second and haven't done so already, also appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, subscribe by hitting the button below. One more thing, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to turn on the notification bell so you can be alerted every time I drop a new video. Just a reminder, if you want to enter the giveaway to win a pair of the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue, there will be a link in the description below, which will take you right over to the Instagram page where you can get signed up. Now, for upcoming videos this week, I believe it's going to be a wrap. I don't have anything else planned, but Monday, I'm going to drop that big video of all the 2025 Air Jordan releases so far. So if you're listening now, when I do drop it, would greatly appreciate your support. It's going to be over an hour long. It could be 2 hours. I'm not sure. I'm still recording it, but it's been about a week in the making. Well, it'll be a week once I'm totally done, maybe a little bit longer. Also, if you have any feedback on the video, you can let me know down in the comment section of that video or this one. Couple more updates I wanted to run by you guys. I did finally catch up on all the comments. I apologize on the delay. And as for the t-shirts, I was hoping to get everything shipped out this week, but sadly, it's going to be all shipped out either Monday or Tuesday. I have all the new materials coming. They should be here any day now. And I'm going to work over the weekend to get your guys' shirts ready to get shipped to you. So again, I apologize on the delay, but expect to receive a tracking number either Monday or Tuesday. But let me know what you liked or disliked down in the comment section below. As well, if you have any questions, make sure to leave that down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.